Hey, baby.
What up?
Guess what?
What you got?
Welcome back, everybody. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. If you like what we're doing, please give us a comment below. Let us know what you're thinking. We love to talk with you guys about our projects or the projects that you guys are doing.
This is Cassandra's 72 Satellite Sebring that we have had for going on 20 years now.
Well, you've had it.
It's been, okay, yeah, it's been in my circle for 20 years.
Let's get this straight.
Sorry. So, my stepfather found this car way back in 2001 when I was still in high school. And when I say he found it, I mean I found it and told him about it. When I got home from work, it was in the driveway. What do you do? I wanted it, he got it. But let's fast forward the clock 10 years. 2011, I got back from Korea and he gifted the thing to me. It had a 318, a lousy quadrajet. It didn't run very good. It had an old Mallory high-fire ignition. Like 4 of the spark plugs didn't have a gap. It ran like poop. But I had a lot of spare parts laying around. I had a spare carburetor, MSD ignition, another intake. I did some changes to it. Got it to run pretty decent. Took it to the local drag strip where I was living in Arkansas, and it ran okay. It ran 990s in the 8th mile.
Get him, baby, get him. There you go. Get him, get him, get him. Yes!
I had a really tall rear gear, but I was still on 14-inch tires. It ran okay. Drove it to work, enjoyed it. And then she comes along. Takes my hot rod from me after she wears out my diesel in a half a season of drag racing at our local drag strip. But to be fair, she did finish half of a season in an 8,000-pound truck at the top half of the streetcar class. It was my dumb decision / smart decision to put her into this thing. I figured if she could be that successful in an old diesel, what could she do in an old Plymouth?
Right, so he says I took it. Well, we'll be clear, right? You gave it to me.
Okay.
You put me in. He put me in the car.
All the men in the audience right now know exactly what give means.
Yes, you gave.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah. This was your idea.
I had no choice.
So when I took over the car, really all we did was we slightly beefier cam in it, traded out a few parts, started making a little bit better power.
Yeah, because we had the whole converter debacle. And then shortly thereafter, we swapped the gear set in our 8 1/4 rear end for a 391, way up from our, I think it was a 271 rear gear. And she spent the next, well, pretty much the entire rest of the 2013 season with this car. We went to Germany.
So before we went to Germany, right, some of the other stuff that we also did to the car, we got a 360 that we dropped off with a machinist in Arkansas. Had him do some work on it, and then we got stationed overseas in Germany. And when Gary came back in 2015, he decided to go ahead, put the engine in the car, start taking the car, making passes on it, just seeing how it was doing. And then that block broke on us.
Yeah.
Bad.
It was so good until it wasn't. And it was a simple package. It was just a 30 over 360 with an old hydraulic flat tappet cam I had laying around from one of my other projects. The same transmission, the same converter, the same rear gear. And you know, when we left Arkansas, this thing was running 940s pretty consistently. And by the end of the night, with a slipping transmission, a carburetor that was way out of adjustment, this thing was going 890. And then, yeah, a week later, I go to fire it up. It has no oil pressure. It won't really make power. I pull the motor out of the car, tear it apart, and the oil pan's full of glitter. So.
And the car hasn't really ran since then. That's been like since 2016. Basically, it has had no motor, no trans in it. So today we are hoping to at least get it running again. We're not looking to go drag racing or anything, but we do want to at least get a motor in it. Okay, so this is our 360 that we took back in 2017 to Morgan & Sons. We wanted it warmed up to a 408 stroker motor. It can handle nitrous or turbo. So I think at first we're going to go the nitrous route.
Yeah, we're going to spray it first.
And then eventually the plan is to have twin turbo. That's the overall goal.
So when we dropped the block off with Bud and Shannon, we also dropped off a nifty little box with a full rotating assembly. It consisted of a forged steel crank that was neutral balanced. We have a full set of 30 thousandths over Wisco pistons, I-beam rods, a complete ring package that we had gotten from, I think, Speed Pro. Don't quote me because it's been a really long time. These are really nice pistons. They're a nice flat top with valve reliefs. I believe they sit 10 thousandths in the hole. So doing rough math, we're right in the neighborhood with our cylinder heads of about 12 and a half to 1 compression, which is kind of big boy stuff with the package that we have here. We do have a big boy cam in it, sort of. It is a comp solid roller. Part number 20-740-9. The specs on that cam are 286, 292 duration, intake and exhaust, with a 586 and 592 lift, intake and exhaust. We installed it straight up dot to dot. We don't have any piston to valve interference. We're running comp solid lifters, comp valve train, comp push rods.
We were actually hoping to get started on this last weekend.
A week ago.
We weren't really sure at that time what kind of cam we had. So we had to take everything off to figure out what kind of cam we had because we'd lost the card for it. Then as we were putting everything back on, we stripped one of the bolt holes for the rocker shaft. So we decided at that point, might as well go ahead and upgrade a little bit. So we bought some cylinder heads from Speedmaster. They're aluminum, 202 intake, 160 exhaust. They should help with a little bit more compression. So hopefully just helps to increase the power of our motor just a little bit more.
And less stripped bolt holes. But we topped the whole package off with an Edelbrock Super Victor single plane intake. We have our choice between either a few nitrous plates or a full-on nozzle system to apply our implement of bottled encouragement. But that'll come down the road. We literally just want to get this thing together, get it in the car, and hear it make noise for the first time since 2017. So it's been a day. It has been an entire day. And for those of you with sharp eyes who can see really well, this is not the intake manifold we started out with this morning.
Nope.
Nope. For those of you who've been watching this for a while, this one actually might look familiar. This is the intake off of my Ram Charger that we did the EFI swap on months and months ago. It seems like my truck is donating a lot to this cause.
Yes, it is.
Valve covers, intake manifold, distributor. Anyways, we think we have everything buttoned up. We fought with intake bolts and intake manifolds and then other intake bolts, and we tried 3 or 4 different types of bolts and grinded here and massaged there, and we're done with it. So now this thing's full Marlin and we're ready to stab it in the car.
Yeah.
It's been a long day, we're tired, we just want to hear it run.
Basically.
So throw it in the car.
It doesn't work that way.
You got this, I believe in you.
I'm not strong enough.
Here's the question, do we bother trying to move this piece of, or do we bring the car to it?
So I was going to ask you.
There is that chalk back there if you need it.
Yeah, it's on the back side.
Okay. Okay, whoa. Whoa! Let's just do it the easy way. Keep coming. Okay. We're in-ish. Are we hitting the firewall yet? Yes? Okay, good. Okay, I gotta stop there, otherwise the engine oil pan won't clear. But it should be enough to stuff the tail shaft in the tunnel.
It's there.
Okay. We're good. It's gonna install itself. Just about.
You're on the car.
Picking the car up.
Okay. That's kind of what I wanted. That way you can come down.
Okay.
Just to her. Actually, you know what? Before you go any further, go ahead and get this in there. Before it becomes a problem getting around the Earl filter. And then we drop it and make a bunch of more noise. Okay. Down.
All right, so we've got everything hooked up.
We have leakage. Is it the pressure fitting?
The Allen wrench. Oh, and the back is too.
Yeah.
Too tight. Still just a steady drip out of it.
Did you put any fuel in the float balls at all?
I just noticed it coming out, so I stopped.
Yeah,
Just
some in the front.
And now we're dripping out here.
Leaking out of the accelerator pump.
yeah, we're coming way back out here too.
Both accelerator pumps are junk. Awesome. Or let's not.
Give it 3 more.
Okay. Comfy. Contact. Lost fire. Black's low, red's high.
Turn it over.
How come adding a light to the coil made it want to kick off? With one plug wire disconnected. Explain that to me. That's what's up. That's what's happening. Woo! It's noisy, huh? It's a little noisy. This thing's rowdy.
Sounds that way.
Got oil everywhere.
Uh-oh.
I think it's the gasket below the distributor. That's okay. It runs.
It will fire and run.
If you throw enough distributors at it, it will run. That was awesome. Thank you, sir. That was awesome. Cool.
Mount that.
This fixed everything. This is right here.
Mount that light somewhere. Go to the frame.
Yeah.
I
Thank
don't know
you.
that that's what it was, but that's what I'm saying.
Thank you for firing off my wife's race car. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. I can't hear anything right now.
What?
My hearing is gone. We go thirsty. I don't have this with me.
So,
I feel better
we finally got it to run
after spending 3 weeks cranking on this thing.
and replacing
Pretty much everything involved with the ignition system.
to include adding an LED light.
Yeah,
which
apparently
who
if you
knew?
if you're having problems with your car and you're not sure if you're getting spark or not, just hook up an LED to your coil. That'll tell you everything you
Great.
want to know.
Works great.
No, but in all seriousness, this thing sounds rowdy. It's been a long time coming. I'm excited to get to work on this thing in the future and actually make it like an actual moving vehicle, not just a rolling run stand.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We got to give a big shout out to our friend Eric. He really stepped up and gave us a big hand in this whole mess when he didn't have to, so cheers to you, sir. We have more projects.
We do.
Yeah. We're going to go get started on another one. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.